So, Mr. Rajanuddin Jalal, it's so nice to see you after a long time. Though I saw you, I think, last was on the plane. Remember? When we met you in the
Dhaka airport. But I think after that I came and spent a day with you and had dinner here in Gulshan.
Right.
May I point that out?
Right.
Yeah, but we have been talking to each other over the phone and we have communicated on WhatsApp and
Yeah.
of course we keep in touch
Yeah,
and
we do that.
tabs on each other
Yeah.
via Facebook, Mama.
Yeah.
But anyways, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Bit fitter, thinner, leaner. I don't know.
Me?
Yeah,
Even you too.
me too. I try to keep a tab on my health because I am suffering from certain conditions.
Those are no conditions.
Yeah.
You told me,
Yeah.
Those are no conditions. So that's you look fine.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
sure. So how long do you spend in Dhaka now?
Dhaka, I mean, because I've got two sons here.
All right.
So they are in business, like you saw. So I'm here, parental, supportive kind of a role.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bangladesh is a very tricky kind of a place, If you are alone,
Yeah.
they'll corner you and
No, I was under the impression that you were spending most of your time in London, but now I think you divide your time between London and here. Yeah.
After I got this red passport,
Yeah.
so I said, hey, let me go there. Julie, my eldest son is there.
Yeah. Right.
So, I try and split here and there.
Yeah. Sure.
And plus, এখানে this আমাদের government of Sheikh Hasina is here, so I feel very close to her, and I want to be, around, be supportive via our YouTube and whatnot. So if you
আপনি তো আগের মতো অ্যাক্টিভ না। আওয়ামী লীগে এক সময় তো খুব অ্যাক্টিভ ছিলেন।
না আগে ছিলাম ওটা
ছাত্রলীগের ছেলেপেলেদের দেখতাম আপনার বাসায় আসতো। এইটি যখন মগবাজারে আপনার বাসায় থাকতাম তখন তো এরা আসতো সবাই।
বেলাল চেয়ারম্যান।
হ্যাঁ, বেলাল ভাই তো মারা গেছে।
I know.
Yeah.
I still see him in that red underpants, sitting with his legs stretched.
Yeah.
He looked like Idi Amin.
Yeah, his built. Yeah, he was a bit built a bit heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a long way, and we came. So, তুমি তো politics এ ছিলা, and then you disappeared from Labour Party. Why?
লেবার পার্টিতে আমরা তো অনেক বছর ছিলাম, কিন্তু আমার মনে হয় my shortcoming was that I could not satisfy the establishment. That is the Labour Party establishment. আপনাকে পার্টি লাইনকে ঠ করতে হবে, এবং there are things that I did not agree with. In essence, I believe in progressive politics, egalitarian politics. সাম্যবাদে বিশ্বাস করি, এবং লেবার পার্টি has shifted to
working class, that kind of politics.
Nowadays you don't talk about working class, you talk about working people.
Okay.
That's not a problem. But the thing is that the Labour Party has shifted so much to the right. And especially after the declaration of war on Iraq by Tony Blair, our former Prime Minister,
Right.
people like me lost confidence.
He's got a very bad rule.
Yeah. And the party also felt that people like me were not suitable for New Labour. And we are going through the same cycle again after the replacement of Jeremy Corbyn, who I, by the way, believe is a honest, genuine and sincere human being.
He is.
But his replacement by our Keir Starmer is a cause of concern. Is a cause of concern because nowadays there isn't much of a difference between the Tory party, who are supposed to be the right wingers, and the Labour Party.
Right.
And so that is why you have got a lot of people within the Labour Party who are not happy with the way the party is heading.
Running.
The way it's running, its philosophy, its future plans. Because at the end of the day, there is no difference between the Tories and the Labour Party. If you're not able to distinguish between the policies of the Labour Party and the Tory Party, then what do you do? And unfortunately, there isn't a viable third force in the UK either.
LDP? LDP?
Liberal Democrats are not going to form a future government in Britain.
Coalition?
Coalition is a possibility, but who do they going to coalition with?
Sorry.
তারা গিয়েছিল তো, I think they made a fundamental mistake.
Cameron.
They went with Cameron, the Tory party. That was a fundamental mistake because the Liberal Democrats are regarded as the conscience of British politics. They are regarded as the guardians of British politics and British values and values of democracy. Because if we go back 100 years, history tells us that.
But they are merged. Liberal Democratic Party is not that liberal 100 years back. They are merged.
They're marched, but they're still a small political force. So the most they achieved over the last 15 years was 63 parliamentary seats.
Okay.
Now it's down to about what, 30 or something. And so they are not a viable third force. It's a bit like in Bangladesh. You have Awami League and BNP, and there is no viable third force. And of course, a lot of people are concerned about the climate. A lot of people are concerned about net zero and everything else. And ideally, in places like Britain, people should be supporting the Green Party. But they are not electable either. So at the end of the day, when people go to the ballot box, what they have in the back of their mind is that if I'm going to vote for a party, are they going to be able to form the next government? And when it comes down to that, then the choice is narrowed between the Tory party and the Labour Party.
But Labour is doing very well on the polls now, Gallup polls.
It is doing very well, but those who are critical of the Labour Party and the way it's heading and its future direction, the concern is that the Labour Party is not going to bring about any substantial changes.
But don't you think they'll win the next election?
If they do not win the next election, then there is a problem, because the Tory party has lost all credibility, and in this kind of a situation, the Labour Party must win. And if they don't, then.
But you said there is no difference between Labour and Tory now. So Labour after তোমার আমার কি চেঞ্জ হবে?
কিছুই চেঞ্জ হবে না আসলে. Fundamentally, these are two establishment parties who support same international politics, each other international politics. Their economic position is almost similar, centrist, and So, and you have a lot of problem in Britain. You have a lot of migration is not a problem. They use that as a political excuse so that they can incite hatred against immigrants. Because
but they are the ones who are bringing them.
That's right. That they are doing.
Boatload of people is coming and they have been housed in hotels and all that.
And at the same time, they are issuing visas to people from all over the world to go and work in Britain in various industries, including the care industry, because we have a older population, and that creates a lot of challenges. But the problem is that housing is a huge issue in the UK, especially in
welfareism.
Welfareism is not
the state have to give houses.
Well, that is the basic human right, you see.
I was just having a chat with my cameraman that আমাদের বাংলা দুটো word আছে. One is রাজনীতি. It should be changed. Is what the hell? So রাজা কই রাজনীতি 200 years back. Now it has to be, people's রাজনীতি or whatever.
Democratically elected leaders.
Change the name, not রাজনীতি. Another is সরকার. Who is my সরকার? সরকার is the authority. So am I going to vote from authority? Why do I need a master? So এই দুটা word in আমাদের মাইন্ডেও ঢুকে আছে। I think we have to come out of this.
You don't need a master, but you do need a leader. You see, somebody has to be leading the country.
সেটাও somebody is doing well, leader. Anyway, so তুমি তো leader position ছিলা।
Huh?
In the 80s, you were a big name. You were a young man. You just came and you swept the Bengali community. You had this. You were on the demonstrations on the streets, clashing with the police. I also heard a story that Tony Blair went to meet you and he put his hand forward. You refused to shake hands with him. So there you got. But this guy you got to get rid of. You know?
Yeah, my background is in the anti-racist movement. So back in the 1970s, when the National Front, a racist political party, were
You
active.
picked up Syed Ashraf.
Yeah. And so I was a young man, and by default, I became an activist.
Right.
I am not from a political background.
Racism অনেক ছিল Islam.
Yeah. Racism was ripe, you see.
Yeah.
The places that you went to,
Yeah.
including the places that you lived in. Bethnal Green, in Bachchabai's old residence.
Yeah.
Bengalis could not venture out.
I know that.
Yeah.
I was told by you all.
Yeah.
And Shiraz that don't go that way.
So that is why a lot of us from my generation became anti-racist activists, and
Exactly.
through that,
Very rightly.
yeah,
You had to do it.
we had to do it for our survival.
Absolutely.
And through that, we became activists within the labor movement. We joined trade unions and then joined the Labour Party.
Yes.
I had a promising career in that. I could, if I satisfied this party establishment, then I could be.
If you were a yes man,
If I were a yes man, then I could,
You could-
become an MP. I should.
Baroness Polaudin's place now.
Baroness is not an elected position, but I could have been a minister. I could have been a fast Bangladeshi minister within the Labour government.
No, but most of us, like, we were thinking that you would be the MP from East London.
Yeah.
But then,
There was a conspiracy against me because they wanted to stop me. They thought that I was too radical. They thought that I was not controllable. Some people refer to me as mini Sk Mujibur Rahman,
oh my,
who cannot be controlled and told what to do, because I had my own vision of society.
you had a lot of, you still do, a lot of charisma.
Yeah.
And I know we'll hear more about it, but you should come back again. And maybe you never know what favors what when. The future nobody knows.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bolo.
I think it's very difficult to make it back in politics in Britain if you have left this state for about 20 years, which is what has happened to me. And I'm getting older. So I don't.
Things have changed.
Yeah. But in our situation, the east end of London, known as Bangla Town, which is the third capital of Bengalis outside Bangladesh and West Bengal, is changing fast. So the younger people,
Regeneration.
the younger people nowadays who have grown up in the UK, nowadays think of themselves as British Muslims.
Okay.
Compare that with our time when we used to think that we were British Bengalis.
Bengal, yeah.
So there is an identity issue, and that is, I think, complicated by international events, the anti-Muslim hatred that you see throughout the world. For example, what's happening in Palestine at the moment is shaping the thinking of young people, not only Bengalis or Muslims, but young people from different communities. Because younger people are proactive about justice, proactive about equality, proactive about
Equality.
And that is why the young minds are about
They respond.
fairness. And so that is why you will see that people nowadays are more interested in finding out what's happening in terms of oppression towards Palestinians and other oppressed people throughout the world, and that is what's shaping the minds and thinking of our younger people in the UK who happen to be of Bengali origin.
You think that's the only reason that Bengali jala Bangladeshi Bengali jala chilo? Those who said we are Bengalis, and today they say we are, rather maybe they say we are Muslims.
Yeah.
You know, I think that level is coming. Maybe after a few more years, they say, hey, I'm a Muslim. You know, the Bengali and Pakistanis, don't look at me like that. I am Bengali, I am a Muslim. You think that we are going towards that end?
Yes, so if you let's go back to the 1970s, go back to my parents' generation.
Yeah.
They were firmly committed to the foundation of Bangladesh. They were supporters of the independence movement for Bengalis. But nowadays, with the young people, what they see is oppression against Muslims all over the world, oppression against powerless people, people from third world or developing countries. And that is why I think they identify themselves as Muslims and oppressed people as well.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be a Muslim to support poorer people
Injustice for the bombing, indiscriminate bombing of Middle East.
Yeah. And there are communities in South America and elsewhere where you have oppressed people who are being ruled by elitist dictators.
Yes.
And you would find that younger people in the UK nowadays, including Bengali Muslims, are supporting those causes. So I think we are going through different phases. And the new phase, the present phase at the moment is about supporting justice, supporting equality and freedom against oppressive forces.
But it's been always like that. It's been always like
Yeah.
that. The young people like during the liberation, independence, the young university, they were the backbone of, went to took it to another level.
Sure.
But our young people, they are very active. Not in Bangladesh, they're not active.
I don't know about Bangladesh, but ওখানে তো অ্যাক্টিভ আছে ধরেন প্যালেস্টিনিয়ানদের সমর্থনে যখন ডেমনস্ট্রেশন হয় সেই ডেমনস্ট্রেশনে আমার মেয়েও যায় তার বয়স হচ্ছে 22 বছর হ্যাঁ she is a young woman who was born in the UK
right.
But she religiously যায় কারণ this is not because she is Muslim.
No.
She is opposed to oppression of the Palestinians এবং গত 2-3 সপ্তাহ আগে একটা মার্চ হয়ে গেল ডেমনস্ট্রেশন র্যালি হয়ে গেল সেখানে প্রায় 1 মিলিয়ন মানুষ উপস্থিত ছিলেন বাঙালি ও বাঙালি মুসলিম নন মুসলিম অতএব ইয়াঙ্গার জেনারেশন যারা তারা ব্রিটেনের মতো জায়গায় বা ইউরোপে তো আমি দেখলাম এরা দে আর সাপোর্টার্স অফ জাস্টিস ইকুয়ালিটি অ্যান্ড ফ্রিডম এখানকার বিষয়টা আমি পুরোপুরি বুঝতে পারতেছি না বাট মানুষ এখানে তো নিজের জীবন সংগ্রাম নিয়ে ব্যস্ত দৌড়াচ্ছে রিক্সাওয়ালাও দৌড়াচ্ছে বড় গাড়ির মালিকও দৌড়াচ্ছে এভরিবডি ইজ রানিং আফটার সার্ভাইভাল অর অপরচুনিটিজ অর প্রফিট হিয়ারিং
Opportunities.
whatever it is.
It is যেমন তোমরা আসতা
হ্যাঁ
আর এখন what kind of striking differences you find Bangladesh as a country?
এইটিজে তো মানুষের লোভ লালসা এত বেশি ছিল না মানে ক্রমান্বত বেড়ে আসছে এখন তো লোকজন খালি যারা এলিটিস্ট বা যারা ধনী এরা তো টাকার পিছনে দৌড়াচ্ছে যে আর কতটুকু বেশি টাকা বানানো যায় আবার দেখা যাচ্ছে যারা গরিব দুঃখী এরা তো অসহায় বিকজ মাই এস্টিমেশন ইজ দ্যাট no more than 1% of the entire population in Bangladesh is happy and well off. তো 99% মানুষের অবস্থা তো ভালো না
No, but আগে যেমন ছিল abject poverty যেমন ছিল যারা খেতে পারছে না একবেলা আনফেয়ার ওর চেয়ে একটু ইমপ্রুভ করছে
ডেফিনেটলি ইমপ্রুভ করেছে না খেয়ে কেউ মরে না আজকাল আমার জন্ম গ্রামে হয়েছিল গ্রামে আমি জানি লোকজন না খেয়ে মরতো অনেক সময় বন্যা হাহাকার এরকম ক্ষেত কিছু হয় নাই এমন সময় আসলে তখন না খেয়ে মরতো এখন তো যাই হোক হ্যাঁ
প্লাস বেরিয়ে যে বটম যারা আমাদের শ্রেণীতে আছে, যে আনস্কিল্ড, দে আর গোয়িং আউট to get jobs. I mean, they are sending about 20, 15 billions a year, and that this money is, empowering their families.
হ্যাঁ
So, আমার তো মনে হয় একটা idea. I mean, I know because I see a lot of people আমাদের বাসায় অনেক কাজ করে। I mean, monetary যেটা poverty আছে,
হ্যাঁ
but they are able to meet the basic kind of needs. But yes, I agree with you. They are maybe frustrated. They deserve more. But they have come to one level which we look forward to having more.
হ্যাঁ মানুষের অবস্থা অনেকটা ভালো হয়েছে, তবে গরিব যারা, বিশেষ করে মিডল ক্লাস যারা যারা বলতেও পারে না সইতেও পারে না, তারা বেশি দুঃখে আছে।
খুবই কম।
পার্সেন্টেজ একটা সিগনিফিক্যান্ট।
মানে আগে আমাদের মিডল ক্লাস ছিল, গভর্নমেন্টের কর্মচারী, ডাক্তার, লয়ার, মিডল ক্লাস।
হ্যাঁ
ওটা তো অনেক কমে গেছে।
না, আমি নিউ মিডল ক্লাসের কথা বলতেছি, যারা মনে করেন যে ফিল্ডে কাজে যেতে পারে না, কৃষি খামারে যেতে পারে না, আবার কোনো হায়ার স্কিল নেই, ডাক্তার বা ইঞ্জিনিয়ার না, এদের অবস্থা খুবই খারাপ। আমি তো গ্রামে দেখলাম যে এই লোকেরা মানে সইতেও পারে না, বলতেও পারে না, অনেকে দুঃখে আছে, এটা দেখলাম। তবে আরেকটা জিনিস যেটা বলার দরকার, সেটা হলো বাংলাদেশে ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার লেভেলে অনেক ডেভেলপমেন্ট হয়েছে। এলিভেটেড এক্সপ্রেস হাইওয়ে দিয়ে ওই দিন আমি আসলাম, ঢাকা এয়ারপোর্ট থেকে শহরে ঢুকলাম, 80 টাকা অবশ্য যদিও বেশি চার্জ হয় ওই যে টোল, তবুও একেবারে সহজে চলে আসলাম। তো আমার মনে হয় সেখানে
না, ওটা কিন্তু আমাদের, তুমি তো অ্যাডভাইজার বাংলাদেশ ইউপি আওয়ামী লীগ,
সাইলেন্ট অ্যাডভাইস,
ইউ আর অ্যান অ্যাডভাইজার। ওটা কিন্তু বলতে হয় যে তোমাদের সরকার হ্যাভ টেকেন লট অফ বোল্ড ডিসিশন, starting with the Podda Bridge, which the World Bank refused to finance.
Yeah.
And I think that is remarkable. The Prime Minister had the guts to defy World Bank. No country in the third world has defied.
She needs to be congratulated for that achievement.
That's a big thing.
তারপরে মেট্রো ট্রেনের যে আপনার সিস্টেম হয়েছে সেটাও আকর্ষণীয়।
So,
গ্রাম অঞ্চলে অনেক উন্নয়ন হয়েছে, স্কুল, রাস্তাঘাট, তারপরে আপনার ওই ব্রিজ কালভার্ট যথেষ্ট হয়েছে।
অনেক পিলফারেজ হয়েছে,
হ্যাঁ,
লুটপাট, ওভার ইনভয়েসিং, এগুলি অনেক হয়েছে। এটার জন্য ব্লেম শুড বি দ্য বিউরোক্রেসি।
ইয়া,
why they are not when they give somebody a contract and all that, why they can't audit it and make a good job of it?
ওটা তো অডিট করবে না ভাই, because there is a cycle of corruption, there is a cycle of bribery,
so
there is a cycle of boxes.
Development has a price to pay, because leakage is enough.
I think development happens in developing countries like Bangladesh, because that gives the opportunity to the elites to make some money.
Also,
they take
the developed countries the same.
Yes, but they are a bit more robust when compared to places like Bangladesh.
Now, sorry to interrupt you. We get the welfare housing and we are happy. Oh, electricity is there and my house is here, so I'm happy. I don't care what decision I'm doing.
করাপশন ওখানে আছে, তবে সিস্টেমেটিক। আমাদের মতো এখানে এত খোলামেলা না। এখানে তো আপনি বকশিসটা শুরু হয় পিয়ন থেকে, এখানে উপরের পর্যায়ে পর্যন্ত যেতে হয়। আমি
it's called speed money.
এটা আমাদের ছিলেন আবুল মহিদ সাহেব ছিলেন না, অর্থমন্ত্রী, উনি তো কোনো সময় খোলাখুলি বলতেন। তো এক সময় বলেছিলেন না, এটা বলতেন বকশিস।
His job was to reform the economy. আমরা বলতে পারি স্পিড মানি,
হ্যাঁ,
আমি তো ভালোই আছি, ঘুষ দিলে কাজ হয়ে যাবে। ফর এক্সাম্পল, তো আমাদের লন্ডনে এই যে ড্রাগস, life-saving drugs, or the one drug I was talking to you about, ivermectin. I had to buy it there, and third-party doctor gave prescription. I paid a massive, maybe £800 for two packs. Again, I can buy it off the shelf.
Yeah.
So this is what's so bad about it. I mean, London, they deprive me, but here I'm getting it.
Yeah, in Bangladesh you can buy things with money.
Yeah.
In London there are some things that you cannot do. You know it as well as I do.
Yeah. So this lack of rules is beneficial.
Yeah, yeah. And corruption ইংল্যান্ডেও আছে আপনি দেখবেন অনেক মন্ত্রীর বন্ধুরা ব্রিটিশ মন্ত্রীর বা প্রধানমন্ত্রীর বন্ধুরা they get preferential treatment for contracts worth billions of pounds. ওইটা হয়তো ওখানে একটু সাটল আর এখানে একটু হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ একটু নেইকেড এবং ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে কি দেখেন অনেক লোক তো হাজার কোটি টাকার মালিক হয়েছে এদেশে এক সময় মাত্র 20 জন ছিলেন লাখপতি হ্যাঁ 50 বছর 60 বছর আগের কথা এখন তো বোধহয় কতজন যে হাজার কোটি টাকার মালিক আমি জানি না তারপরে অনেক লোক আছে যারা তাদের ঘরের ওয়ালের সাথে আরেকটি ওয়াল তৈরি করেছে যাতে টাকা ক্যাশ টাকা সেখানে রাখতে পারে একজন আমাকে দেখিয়েছো সো
You know why? Because we are very over-regulated now.
রাইট ওকে
Bureaucrats have done it.
ইয়া
খালি আইন বানায়
হ্যাঁ
তুমি যদি 1 লাখ টাকা তোমার ব্যাংকে থাকে and you want to withdraw it, they ask you আপনার ইনকাম ট্যাক্স কই পেপার কই হাবি যাবি so that's the reason তারা ঘরের মধ্যে রাখে
তো ওইগুলো করা উচিত তাই পিপল মানুষের যদি আপনার জেনুইন টাকা থেকে থাকে সে যদি উপার্জন করে থাকে ব্যবসার মাধ্যমে হোক বা অন্য মাধ্যমে সেটা শুড নট বি সাবজেক্ট টু বিউরোক্রেসি
রিফর্ম খুবই দরকার
অবশ্যই
you know like let's say China they reformed and they progressed but they didn't progress with the communist CCP economic policies they broke the old policies I think for us this government can break the old system and liberalize you know
ওইটার তো পক্ষে আমরা কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে কি দেখেন এই দেশে 99% মানুষ যারা ক্ষমতায় আছে এরা সবাই আপনার পাওয়ার চায় টাকা চায় দৌলত চায় এবং এর জন্য প্রয়োজন হলে করাপশন করতে চায় হ্যাঁ আপনি এদেশে টাকা বিদেশে নিয়ে গেছে কত হাজার কোটি টাকা কতজন নিয়ে গেছে এদের নাম কি সরকারের জানা নেই ওদের নাম কি আপনার জানা নেই ওদেরকে আপনি চিনেন না আমি কি কয়েকজনকে চিনি না
তো নিয়ে গেছে তো সো হোয়াট আমার কাছে তো মনে হয় সো হোয়াট
না নিয়ে যাবে না ঠিক আছে নিয়ে যাবে কেন খারাপ ওয়েতে নিয়ে গিয়ে সেখানে বিদেশে ইনভেস্ট করবে
তোমার টাকা দিচ্ছে আমার টাকা দিচ্ছে
এই গরিব দেশের টাকা ব্যাংক লুটতরাজ করে নিয়ে গেছে এই দেশের ব্যাংক ইংল্যান্ডে আপনি ছিলেন ব্যাংকের সংখ্যা কতটা বেশি হলে মেইন স্ট্রিম ব্যাংক 50টা এই দেশে এই গরিব দেশে ব্যাংকের সংখ্যা কয়েক শত অতএব that is an important vehicle for corruption and money laundering and exporting capital from Bangladesh to other countries.
I agree with you, but এই যে আমাদের মানি লন্ডারিং আছে এটার মধ্যে কতদূর it is a কি বলবো it's a genuine claim I don't know I have debate about questions about money laundering তুমি চুরি টাকা অন্য জিনিস চোর is চোর even if you are keeping your money here if I'm a thief I'm liable you know because I'm চুরি করছি. But if I take my money, like I live in London, do you think I live with pound? I took money from here to there.
I know that as far as you are concerned, you have taken genuine money.
No. That's not the issue. The thing is to me, why you have made rules, bad rules, that I am forced to break them.
I think we are talking about people who have stolen money through various ways, which is different from where you are coming from. Yeah. I know people, I know individuals who have taken money from this country which does not belong to them. They have invested the money in places like UK, Europe, and USA, and they have done the investment through third parties.
True. But Jalal, these kind of things we have to really address the root cause. We can't go after the guy who stole the money.
Okay.
So what? চুরি কেন হচ্ছে? Why this is happening? What's the root cause? We have to go deeper.
Well, you need a reform of the economic policies that we have in the country. But what I'm saying is this: Sheikh Hasina alone cannot change everything. 99% of our people are greedy. They are all after power and money, and so one person cannot change all of us. we have to become a bit more nationalistic in that context and say that we believe in the country first.
তোমার বন্ধু Sayyid Ashraf, I mean, my hats off to him because the reputation, the perception here that he was unpurchasable. He did not do anything favor. He said, please give me this, nothing gave. He didn't go to office regularly. There is a, an accusation for that, but he was not paid. Nobody could buy him. So he really had it in him. এরকম তুমি বলতে পারো আমাদের পলিটিক্সের লোকজন কম যে পাওয়ারে থাকলে নিয়ে নেয় বাট এগেন দ্যাটস এ সাইন অফ ইনসিকিউরিটি because we are unsure আমাদের we can't predict our own future because we live in a world that has been created by the World Bank to keep us poor and give us no freedom. আমার টাকায় বাইরে নিয়ে যাবো, no, there is money laundering.
আপনার জেনুইন টাকা আপনি বাইরে নিয়ে যাবেন, সেখানে কোনো আপত্তি থাকা উচিত না। না তো then that is a problem.
Sure. So they have kept us within these boundaries. তোমরা এখানে থাকবা, যা করবো আমরা বলবো, তুমি শুনবা।
জেনুইন টাকা নিয়ে যাবেন, সেখানে কোনো বাধা থাকা উচিত না। তবে আপনি চুরি করে নিয়ে যাবেন, লুটতরাজ করবেন, সেটা that should not be acceptable. Sure.
Right and wrong এর মধ্যে there is no debate here.
Sure.
I'm not saying churi kora is justified, but I'm saying the black market is churi, it's illegal.
Sure.
But if it gives you medicines, if it can transfer money where I need it, if it can give me the rice, then it's fine. It is defining a government rule, and that is why it calls it black market.
The government cannot empower you to have the things that you need, and you have to source it through illegal means, then that is a failure of government policy.
Exactly.
And that is where we need the reform. I totally agree with you.
I agree with you. Great.
Yeah.
And all of these reforms for you might sound righteous reforms.
No. You see, there are very many righteous people that I have met during my time in politics who are not in my party either, but you can respect them because they had some values of dignity. They had some values of morality. They had values of respecting people, respecting society. And you can be a right winger and be all those nice things as well. So that's a different matter. And being a socialist or a progressive politician should not stop you from praising people who may be right wingers, but they have values that are acceptable, that are good for the society. Yeah.
After the era, like we were saying, it's no longer right and left doesn't make any sense. Because left is right, right is left.
Yeah.
It's all muddled up. So I see that what is good and what is bad.
Sure.
What is human.
Sure.
And of course, here comes the moral, code. Here comes your human values. All these kind of things. So Aman, for this reason, we need the economic boundaries to open up because you live in London, I'm here, maybe you want to do something. So why is the government setting rules? That no, you can't. If you do this, you come to me and I give you permission. So these are bottlenecks that is keeping us, deprived.
No, we should bring bureaucracy under control. There should be openness, accountability, and fairness in terms of economic policies that we pursue in Bangladesh and anywhere else in the world. But it becomes a problem when there is corruption. It becomes a problem when the economic policy does not serve the purposes of society. And so if 90% of your people are going to be deprived of opportunities because of the economic policies that you pursue, then that cannot be right. And that's where my belief in equality and freedom comes into play. And that is my political vision.
That is your also motivating part, largely.
Sure.
You want justice.
I want justice. I want equal treatment. I want a free society where people are not oppressed. So whether that be in the context of religion, in fact, I think we are lucky in Bangladesh that we don't have the traditional religious conflicts that you see in places like Northern Ireland,
Yeah.
in the UK, or in India, or elsewhere. So that way, I think that is a proud
Yes.
achievement as far as Bangladesh is
আমাদের
concerned.
টেম্পারামেন্ট ওটা নাই It's in our temperament.
And I was born in Sylhet, so I know the Sylheti community quite well. And what I saw is the existence of the good relationship between the different religious communities and the different cultural communities. And I also talk to colleagues and friends from other parts of the country, and they tell me that we don't have a big issue when it comes to religion and sort of bigotry and so on and so forth.
So you think this kind of differences or sharp differences, where we can't mix, is it with the politics only? Yeah. Politically we can't gel. PNP and Army League.
Yeah, politically we cannot gel because the politics has become a kind of business. So you buy the nomination, you pay for that. You buy the votes or you sell the votes, you get paid for selling your votes. So the whole political system has become riddled in corruption. Hence, a system of business, which means that you are buying and selling and you're profiteering from politics.
Yeah.
So politics is no longer as it used to be in the
People.
yeah. So during the days of Red Maulana Bashani
Yeah.
or Bangabandhu Sk Mujib Rahman or Ataul Ghani Osmani, you did not have this kind of business in politics. But nowadays, politics, political parties,
Yeah.
politicking and elections is like a business. It's like a business in that you invest and in return for that,
You get
yes. So you get power, you make profits, and that cannot be good in the long run. Because if we want a democratic political structure, then you need stability and accountability. And that is missing at the moment. And I repeat once again, one person being the head of the state cannot change society.
এই যে স্ট্রাকচারটা চেঞ্জ করতে হবে, তোমার কোনো চিন্তা ভাবনা আছে? I mean, you're talking of the moral order. আমি আজকে টাকা দিয়ে এমপি হলাম, মন্ত্রী হলাম, আরো টাকা পাবেন, and that's my problem. So if I become not involved, the country doesn't change. The country runs the same system. So how do we change it? I mean, I'm not saying that it be a very thoughtful opinion, but any ideas how we change the structure?
আমার প্রথমে চিন্তা করতে হবে যে আমার সমাজ সোসাইটি কিরকম চলবে, হোয়াট কাইন্ড অফ সোসাইটি ডু আই ওয়ান্ট। আমার থাকতে হবে, দেশপ্রেম থাকতে হবে, হাউ ইজ মাই কান্ট্রি গোয়িং টু সার্ভাইভ। তারপরে প্রশ্নটা হচ্ছে যে আপনি ব্যক্তিগতভাবে কত হাজার কোটি টাকার দরকার আমাদের। মানে আমি ওই দিন ঠাট্টা করে আমার এক বন্ধুকে বলছিলাম যে বেশি টাকা হলে তো প্রবলেম, সেটা হিসাব রাখবেন কেমন করে। আমার যে বন্ধু তিনি হয়তো কয়েক 100 কোটি টাকার মালিক টাকায়, তো উনি হাসলো আর আমিও হাসলাম। যে সব কথা শেষ কথা হচ্ছে যে আমরা সবাই তো মরণশীল, 1000 কোটি টাকা দিয়ে কি হবে?
It's the ego.
Yeah,
I'm worth 1,000 crores.
we have to change our mentality. 1000 কোটি টাকার আপনার দরকার না, আমার দরকার না। সমাজ
Sense of security.
সেন্স অফ সিকিউরিটি ওইটা এখানে আপনি আসবেন, দ্যাটস ওয়্যার আই ডিসএগ্রি উইথ ইউ স্লাইটলি। ইউনাইটেড কিংডমে যে আমাদের NHS আছে বা ওয়েলফেয়ার স্টেট আছে, অর্থাৎ আপনি বাসস্থানের সুযোগ সুবিধা পাবেন, গ্যারান্টি নেই, সুযোগ সুবিধা পাবেন। অনেক লোক লন্ডনে হোমলেস আছে, আপনি জানেন।
Yeah.
স্বাস্থ্য সেবা পাবেন, শিক্ষার অধিকার, মৌলিক অধিকার পাবেন। সেগুলো যদি সরকার না দিতে পারে, এমনকি বাংলাদেশও না দিতে পারে, তাহলে তো হাহাকার থাকবে। আপনার এরই জন্য আমাদের দরকার যে রিফর্মের, এবং আমাদের যে ফিউচার অর্থনৈতিক রাজনৈতিক পলিসিগুলো থাকবে বা ভিশন থাকবে, সেখানে আমাদের সমষ্টিগতভাবে সমাজ এবং দেশকে নিয়ে চিন্তা করতে হবে। কারণ কে কজন 1000 কোটি টাকার মালিক হলেন, সেটাতে আমার দেশের মান বাড়বে না। কারণ বাংলাদেশকে যখন অন্যান্য দেশে লোক তুলনা করে তখন আমাদেরকে একটা গরিব দেশ হিসাবে দেখে।
এখন দেখে একটু অন্যভাবে।
এখন হয়তো মনে করে যে বাংলাদেশের ছেলেরাও ক্রিকেট খেলতে পারে, নিউজিল্যান্ড অস্ট্রেলিয়ার বিরুদ্ধে উইন করতে পারে, বাংলাদেশের মেয়েরা ভালো ফুটবল খেলে, ওই দিন মালয়েশিয়ার বিরুদ্ধে 8টা গোল দিয়ে আসলো। এর জন্য হয়তো ইমেজটা একটু পরিবর্তন হয়েছে, কিন্তু এরপরেও দেখা যায় যে একবার সাইক্লোন হলে বা ন্যাচারাল ডিজাস্টার হলে ভিক্ষার ঝুলি নিয়ে সারা দুনিয়াতে বেড়াতে হয়।
এখন তো করে না। তোমাদের টাইমে ছিল
এইটাই ছিল, এখন করে না জানি না, এখন তো দেখি ওকে 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 আই স্ট্যান্ড কারেক্টেড।
আমরা রোহিঙ্গা মেনটেন করতেছি হাও?
ওইটা তো আমরা ইউনাইটেড নেশন থেকে অনেক টাকা পাই না।
এটা যেটাই পাও, গভর্নমেন্ট তো আগে এগ্রিমেন্ট করেনি টাকা দাও দেন বিলি ডু ইট ডু গিভ ইট ওপর থেকে।
The government should be congratulated for being able to feed people, dealing with natural disasters, but they have also done it on the basis of loans and borrowing. And I don't have to talk.
জিনিস আমরা যেমন আগে ছিল 80s maybe before flood and তুমি তো লন্ডনে টাকা কালেক্ট করতে পারো, তোমাদের টিম আসতো, কত কিছু আসতো, that's all gone. One is NGO did a lot of work because they built in these concrete shelters.
Right.
That don't stay, you are safe. And the government respond, they're resourceful enough.
No, don't take me wrong. A lot of things have improved, and that's a good thing.
Things have improved. People don't think so.
ওইটা কারণ
Generally good.
মানুষ তো সমষ্টিগতভাবে সমাজ নিয়ে চিন্তা করে না, সবাই ব্যস্ত। আমি একটু আগে আপনাকে বলছিলাম না, এভরিবডি ইজ রানিং আফটার অপরচুনিটিস। সে একজন রিক্সাওয়ালা হোক, আর নয় একজন কৃষক হোক, আর নয় বড় বাড়ির মালিক হোক, সবাই কিন্তু এভরিবডি ইজ রানিং ফর অপরচুনিটিস। স্বস্তি নাই, নোবডি ফিলস সিকিউর এবং সেটেল না। এবং এই যে আপনি যে সিকিউরিটির কথা বলতেছেন, সিকিউরিটি তখনই পাবেন যখন আপনার সমাজ ব্যবস্থা, আপনার রাজনৈতিক কাঠামো এবং অর্থনৈতিক ভিশন পলিসিগুলো থাকবে এমনভাবে যে পিপুল সিকিউরিটি পাবে। তখনই স্বস্তি আসবে, ব্যক্তিগত জীবনে স্বস্তি আসবে, সামাজিক জীবনেও স্বস্তি আসবে।
যেমন তুমি তো ইংল্যান্ডে definitely feel different. You feel safe, secure, at peace. I mean, whenever I go to England, I feel that.
Sure.
But এখানে I feel, hey, when is the next danger coming? What the hell is happening?
ওইটাই তো সোশ্যাল সিকিউরিটিটা নাই আমাদের দেশে, ওইটাই প্রবলেম। কারণ আপনি আমি যখন ইংল্যান্ডে থাকি, যদিও আমরা উই ফিল সেফ, উই অলসো নো দ্যাট দেয়ার আর লট অফ পিপুল হু আর নট গেটিং the opportunities that they should be getting. So a lot of people are homeless. A lot of people are unemployed.
Yes. This feeling we don't have it here.
Because of the welfare state and the NHS. You may not agree with me, but that's the reality. If you have a replica of the NHS and the welfare system from UK brought over to Bangladesh, you will find that things will be better here.
You know they're trying to sell off NHS.
That is because there are some people who want to privatize the NHS. They want to bring about the American system, whereby if you are rich, you can access the health service through your money.
Very.
Yeah. And that is why I still support the NHS and the welfare state in Britain. They are two best achievements.
I've got my heart is out of NHS.
That's because with due respect, you can afford it.
No.
There are other people who can't do it.
Victimization. Look, I've been diabetic for 10-15 years. They never told me it is reversible.
Right.
My Bangladeshi doctors said it's reversible. And I've reversed it. Okay? So why am I paying all this tax to NHS? Number one. Number two, during this so-called virus, they were giving me the wrong kind of treatment, intentionally, to finish me. So I'm not going to NHS. When NHS GP tells me or calls me, hey, you are ready for your winter flu shots, I tell them, F.O.
Right.
And they have to be given us now in Nicola. And that, I know what, I don't trust it. And rightly so. I I don't trust it. You should not take it also.
I would like to see evidence of that, because if things are, if diabetes is reversible, then I would like to try that, because I have been suffering from diabetes for the last 25 years.
25.
And you told me that you will give me some information on medication. I'll explore that.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I believe in science. I believe in doctors. And that is why, unless I get some concrete evidence.
Nothing wrong about science and doctors, but the valueless science or immoral science or that is not.
That is a problem, because if they are doing it for the sake of selling medication.
Yeah, I'm the scientist Frankenstein one. I said there is no science. We don't need that science.
The pharmaceutical company,
They are Frankenstein, I guess. They have become that. The modern health is a business model.
Sure.
It is not a treatment for you. It's a business model.
It is definitely a business
The
model.
food industry is again a business model.
Yeah.
To keep you the wrong food so that we get ill early and live on the medicine for a long time.
ওটা তো
We die in a pamper.
UK, Europe, America, তো মানুষ
That's the model.
overweight
That's the model.
because they are eating the wrong food.
Because again, the few people are controlling this world.
Yeah.
It's not left and right. There are few people.
Yeah.
And some of them are very visible now. And one of them just died.
Kissinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
when he's dead, I feel optimistic that the whole system is going to collapse. It's path of collapsing.
Yeah.
And then we can be liberated. And then Bangladesh will become as you dream of it. Very patriotic, very fair, full of value and moral ethics, morality.
Well,
It's going to happen from there. Amra, like you said, she can't do it alone. You and I together cannot do it. It will strike there. And when that happens, they say this is the World War III going on. But it's not visible, it's not with tanks and weapons.
yeah, we definitely need cultural changes in Bangladesh to promote better politics, better democracy,
100%.
better economics, and make sure that we have a fairer society. I have great hopes, but I'm becoming impatient because we are all getting older.
You should rejoin your politics, I tell you. Go there, you don't have to become an MP there and all that, but join.
Well, I remain an activist.
The world is full of mystery.
I know. I remain an activist, so I do things in my own way, in my own time, and let's see what happens. But definitely, I have seen improvements in the UK, especially in the context of the Bengali community there, and there are some challenges with the younger generation who are growing up there. Let's see what happens.
See, another drug, most of this, other Bengalis, they're young drugs. Drug itself is a hoax.
Sure.
It's a hoax just to spoil these kids.
Yeah. That's affecting thousands of young people.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's the same problem in Bangladesh as well.
Yes, because we follow their formula.
Yeah.
Drug is a crime.
Thousands. Yeah.
Because America says it's a crime, so it's a crime here also.
But thousands of people, young people, are affected by drugs.
Yes, and they will give you money to have a rehab center, and they think they have done the world. They have fixed the world. It's all kind of dirty things that are happening. Currently happening, has been happening for decades. But now we hope that it is ending.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a handful of people are controlling all the different
100%.
things from the top. Yeah.
Millennials and top university educated gurus they are shaping. And they say that it is the depopulation they want. Because it's many numbers only you can't control so many people. So we will be replaced by the robots. The AI technology that and you know about this Israeli intellectual Yuval Harari. He's in 40s, he's a great intellectual.
Right.
He's the guru of World Economic Forum. And it's on public record. He has said the world is having about 4.5 billion useless eaters. You and I, we are useless eaters.
Right.
So we will be replaced by robots.
Right.
And you know about the 15-minute smart cities?
Yeah.
This is for the net zero. So
Okay.
you'll have no more the pounds or the dollars. They'll give you a card, central bank digital currency. So you don't have to work. They'll have money in your card, but you live within the 15-minute city, you get everything here inside.
Right.
If you go out, it will come in your AIDA. Jalal, you went out. Today you don't get bread. Go to a shop, they'll refuse you.
Right, okay.
All right?
That's very futuristic.
So go, not futuristic, this is the slavery, the ultimate of slavery. We are already slaves, mind you, slave
Yeah.
of the system. So this will be the final. Yeah. So somehow this আমাদের যে ওই যে অসুখ বিসুখ যেসব হলো, they have really done it, overplayed it. The world has seen them. Many of them are alarmed. What the hell is going on? What kind of science is this? You know, so what kind of medical system is this? So that this will, since the people have jege uteche, I think they are unstoppable. We are unstoppable.
So what will be the role of AI in the context of an overpopulated country like Bangladesh?
Overpopulation never a problem. It's not a problem. And in Bangladesh today, why do you think they're doing so well? Why we have $20 billion coming in? Because of population. You have 7 billion, you have abject poverty. We have more people, more demands, more services, more action, economic action, more investment. We don't need a party mustan to take my property away. We need those things, definitely. But this is, you leave them alone, they'll be productive. They'll be producing, selling, buying.
No, I was asking you the question because within the context of AI, you are talking about robots taking over different roles.
AI doesn't have the power, they're trying to sell us, they're trying to give us the fear that AI will dominate you, AI will look at your health, AI will do this, is all bullshit. AI will be always under us, under human, because human is the most super AI.
Because AI cannot be built without human intelligence.
The sentient the AI will be able to think and feel.
Yeah, they can gather.
It's not bogus. They
Right.
try to put fear into us that we are useless. Which philosophically they'll say useless, but how am I useless? The AI will do everything. No. What you and I can do, AI, there's no human who can create that AI. There's no human who can create another human.
Right.
It's not possible. At
Okay.
least have that kind of faith in you.
Okay, that's a debate to follow because there will be developments within the context of AI.
They are on the run. They are on the run, and I don't want to sound like an astrologer, but I want to bring in astrology here also a little bit.
Okay.
I have, following a lot of astrology, a lot of Western astrologers. So they are thinking the planet has changed. It's changing. Next year, I think it should do very well, and the world will change. It's a new world we're going to. It's the old structures of big brothers. All building, UN, keeper, looks after the world. They all come down. You and I, we will be our structure. You will be a free person.
Well, the UN is controlled by some of the richer nations.
Yeah.
So, what's your vision of a future UN? Would you give power to the poorer nations or what?
No, never. My power is I always keep it myself.
That is yourself as an individual. But when you talk about nation states like Bangladesh or African countries,
That's what I'm saying. ওই যে আমাদের যে স্ট্রাকচার ছিল, আমাদের টাকা কে বানায়, গভর্নমেন্ট দেয়, monopoly. All these kind of structural monopolies will be flattened. All these kind of authorities that we vote for. আজকে বিএনপি আমি সরকার বানাইলাম, কালকে আরেকজন সরকার। I'm always looking for my boss that I'm dependent on. This tie will be broken. It will cease. And you and I will be independent, but interdependent also.
ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট তো হবেন কিন্তু আপনার ট্রেন চালক লাগবে, ট্রেন চালাতে হলে, প্লেন চালাতে হলে পাইলট লাগবে, মসজিদে নামাজ পড়াতে হলে ইমাম লাগবে।
We live in an exchange system. You give something, I give. It's not all full.
I know you're talking about exchange and cooperation and collaboration.
Even the richest man in the world,
Yeah.
he has to go to the shop to buy something.
Yeah, he needs services from people. Yes, I understand that.
How the exchange system works.
Yeah,
You do what you're good at, I do what I'm good at.
right.
Comparative, division of labor is divided. So that is our future. That is what humans will live. And because of the astrological point of view, I'm not saying politically how far is possible. Judeo, it is possible because uprising is already there. Whether you like him or not, Trump is one of those forces. They call them the white hats, QAnon. And they say there is a strong military uprising in the US opposing this far extreme left, those who are called the globalists, those who want one world government. And এর ভিতরে China আছে। Now China হচ্ছে যে আমরা এই world one, we will be run with one world government. And they are supposedly they have a 100-year plan to take over the world. But the Western যারা আছে EU and UK and America and Canada, Trudeau, they want one world, but they will also go in it. So this is the game, 2030 agenda of UN, New World Order. And go to World Economic Forum website. See, you will be horrified.
Yeah.
What kind of plans it is. But if you are dependent on these structures, you may not like it. Then you say, hey, where do I go to a doctor? Where is the doctor? Where is my house? Who gives me money? Who gives me loan? So, but that will be intellectually also fulfilled. You say, oh, I will do everything myself. So you will come to that kind of a realization.
Yeah, I don't feel as though I have to be dependent on a structure, but you do need some systems and structures for things to
Interact,
Yeah.
create.
But I fundamentally disagree with you when you cite the example of people like Trump, who I think is a racist, bigot, and I don't really have any time for him at all.
All kinds of good people, they have been
Bigots in the past.
defamed.
Okay.
It always happens like that.
Okay.
And our beloved prophet, you know his story, how people hated him. I'm not saying Trump is one of the prophet, no way. But what I'm saying, Trump is never a politician, but he was chosen by those so-called white hats.
Okay.
Those who are opposing the deep.
Used him as the front for their purpose.
He talks rubbish.
Right.
He
Okay.
doesn't know the political language. He talks rubbish.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he's the front person. Like the other guy, the Buddha, the senile guy, he's the front person, the deep. Auto senile cognitive.
You're talking about Barney Sanders.
No,
You're talking Biden. Biden.
he
Okay.
doesn't have the function, capability. So, but he's the front person. So that kind of game is happening in America. So, and ওই যে আমেরিকান লোক যখন এখানে এসে বলে, I personally laugh. I said, go fix your own house first. But they're giving us a show. Hey, this is America, you do this or we do that. Hey, I'm UN, you do that. Hey, UN, you are a bloody criminal organization. So these things will be exposed. I'm not doing anything, I'm not trying to, but this is my feeling. So you got 2 more minutes. Tell me your last.
Okay, let's wait and see what happens. I found your thoughts on global affairs interesting. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
I'm living a retired life at the moment.
Don't say that word.
Okay, semi-retired life.
You make your welfare state very happy. See our products. He's young, looks happy, and he's what he said, retired. They pay him pension money.
Okay, right. Okay, let's say I'm not retired, but I'm not as active as I used to
As
be.
a human being, you can't retire.
No, because
You have a role to play.
you've got to live your life. So
No other role to play for the like you want justice. You have to do that.
well, if there are any
We all
opportunities,
creators.
Yeah. yeah. Well, I mean, as a matter of fact, I was born in Bangladesh. Therefore, I have an affinity to the country, and I wish it well for the future. And I hope that we can have an economic, political,
A boom.
yeah,
A morally sound boom.
yeah, and hopefully we can have a society and a political system and an economic vision for the country which will be fairer
100%.
for all sections of the community. And likewise, I grew up in the UK. My children were born there, so that is why I have my affinity with that country as well.
We all live in one world.
Sure. So I hope that we can have a prosperous Britain that will serve
Prosperous world.
and a world.
Fair world.
That is the final stage.
Yes.
When we want a world which is free, fair, and serves the purpose
Yes.
of all our people.
Yes.
And any contribution you, I, or anybody else can make,
It all adds up. It all adds up.
if we can get an opportunity to make a contribution, we should do so.
Yes.
I look forward to any challenges that come my way or our way.
Yes. Excellent. Jalal, it's so nice to have you. And if you want to keep on talking, you can.
No, that's it. We have done enough talking.
Yeah, we want to finish it in 60 minutes or so. You know?
No.
So, and next time we are here, we'll do it again.
Sure.
And I wish you all the luck, all the good luck. And would definitely like to see you back in politics because politics need good people, you know, who are.
Thank you very much for your
morally sound.
kind words.
So
Thank
very
you.
good.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you have been out of it for a long time, but
Yeah.
it's never late to get back into it.
No, although I have been out of the mainstream, but I've kept a tab on things. So
So you never know, like
Yeah.
they have an astrology bole, that you never know this next 20 years could be the best part you ever lived.
let's see.
It can.
Let's see what astrology can do for us.
Yeah. Well, don't expect too much, but something it will do.
Well, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Making our economy right, or MOER, is all about a natural individual economic sovereignty, which we have surrendered to our governments. This has been a fact worldwide for decades together. MOER understands that a combination of individual freedom, monetary freedom, the free markets, and property rights can propel economic prosperity in every household in all nations. But how do we bring these to reality or correct the condition that we are in? I think it is by discussing on various platforms with the people that we become aware of the economic truths in knowing what serves us best. Is it the government or us, the people? We want you, not some ivory tower bureaucrat or a Nobel laureate, to fix your economy by proclaiming your naturally endowed economic rights. Thank you. And MOER will continue to talk with people as we do now. Thank you.